Welcome to Metal Fest. Cover your sizzle in the skin.
So, what day is it right now? Like Friday?
Friday. Yeah.
Fucking
August 17th.
August 17th, 6 days ago, we were at the Michigan Metal Fest.
The gods of metal
The gods of metal
have smiled upon us.
Yes, they did that day, actually.
Yeah.
No, it was an absolutely amazing day, I think. I had a blast the whole time. Now, see, right off the bat, I got there, this year, I got there at like 12:30.
You were there for
the whole day.
Yeah.
When did doors open? Did doors actually open at 11?
yeah.
Okay.
It's 11 or 11:30.
Okay.
For sure.
So, fucking, yeah, right when I got there, last year I got there more midday, like more like around the time you guys were supposed to go on, and there was fucking not even half as many people there yet as there were at noon this year. Like right when I walked in, I was immediately like, holy shit, like
Yeah.
people fucking showed up, like, oh my god.
I was looking at the event page last year as compared to this year. There was 1,000, I think, last year. This year, I think there was like 5.6.
Holy shit.
That was like the night before.
It grew so much.
To add to like the anxiety of it all, kind of, like the night before.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. All right, there's going to be a ton of people there. Like,
Oh my god.
no, it was awesome though.
No, it was
cool.
fucking sick. Now,
Yeah.
one thing I couldn't remember when I was thinking about it earlier from last year, were there any delays last year? Do you remember there being any at all?
It seemed like there might have been for the first couple. So like, I don't know, it was kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know because I didn't really watch the first couple of bands last year. I just kind of hung out for it.
Okay.
And then because we were still setting up and stuff, and then I just kind of wandered around and saw what happened. So I mean, there could have been. I feel like there's always going to be things like that.
Yeah. This year though got a little extreme.
Yeah.
Granted, there ended up being an hour and a half delay for pretty much all the bands on the third and fourth stages.
Yeah.
But and that was a result of a lot of technical difficulties they were having on that stage. That stage just didn't appear to be as well equipped for the situation as it should have been.
Yeah.
And that resulted in a lot of delays and technical difficulties and songs getting cut off short and things like that.
Yeah. A lot of bands got burned.
Yeah, a lot of bands got burned a little bit, and that sucks. But at the same time, like, it definitely did happen last year as well. So it's like you guys really should probably get to fixing that, like, for next year, definitely.
Yeah.
And
I think,
because you don't want to upset your artists. You know what I mean? Your artists that are there performing for you, like.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, and we were kind of talking about that a little bit with one of like it was either one of the volunteers or whatever, but he was talking about like they took so much time to set everything up and stuff, and it's tough to go first.
Mm-hmm.
First band of the day, side stage and stuff. Not really sure if you're gonna have to wait it out, or if things are gonna happen and stuff. And I feel like there was a lot of like the kind of like the nerves and the excitement of it all. I feel like kind of got to some people.
Yeah. Probably.
Which is understandable, because I feel like if I were in that situation, I'd probably be the same about it.
Mm-hmm.
But
however, I mean, so what ended up resulting though was kind of interesting. So first of all, for Recorruptor, they got their set got chopped up a little bit. Like, they were in the middle of a song, everything broke, and it was probably a good 5-10 minutes of them just kind of having to, talk to the crowd and buy time till they could go back on. Having said that, they handled it very, very well, very professionally, like very professionally, even more so than I think a lot of people thought deserved. But then for Maugraith, fucking you guys ended up with absolutely no problems during your set. It sounded fantastic top to bottom, and you ended up with, instead of a 4:30 time slot, a 6:30 time slot. Is just all good.
Yeah.
Like you said, the metal gods smiled on you guys that day because you were one of the only ones on that stage without any technical problems during a whole fucking set.
I believe you said that.
Yeah.
First of all, but I just kind of, but yeah, I mean, it was cool. I just like, you know, because I mean, after waiting all day long to do that and stuff, I mean, I wouldn't say that we were the only band that got through it like without anything, because I think the band that went before us, Nagazi, I could be wrong about that, but they didn't have any issues and stuff, and I think it was mostly just because some bands had like electronic stuff, like a lot of electronics, and you know, Recorruptor has, you know, I know that their drummer uses like triggers and stuff, and you know, I could be wrong. I think he's got like a computer, like a thing for his like mix setup and stuff like that. So they have a lot more in the way of electronics going on than we do, and so there could be, you know, there could have just been something where they just kind of overloaded everything. But I will say with their set, man, they're a hard band to follow.
Oh God, dude.
Like I was getting like real like
they are
amped really just like listening to them and stuff, because they were the times like the three or four songs they got through like fired me up, man.
They're
like
hard as fuck live.
Yeah,
hard as fuck, and they go so hard on that stage. Like honestly, yeah, like them right now in the city of Lansing, in terms of bands I actually know of, you guys and Recorruptor for my money are the best, especially live. Like Throne. Oh
Yeah.
Well, are they Lansing?
I think they're from.
I thought they were from like Kalamazoo or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'd still, you know,
mid-Michigan.
because they're I know
half hour away.
I know that they've played quite a few shows in Lansing and stuff. So.
Yes, they have, and they're very good.
Yeah.
We saw them with Gohor, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking sweet. They were very good, and they have a sick logo.
Yeah, they put out an album recently. It's really good.
Were they at Metal Fest?
No, they weren't.
Oh, damn! I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it was. I don't know. It was cool. It went a lot as far as like our set and just kind of everything in general. I felt way more prepared for things this year. I felt like I could, you know, I didn't really have any problem, you know, hanging out and just kind of wandering around for a while and, you know, just kind of checking. I caught like 4 or 5 bands that blew me away this year. Really,
absolutely.
like.
Who were some of the ones that you specifically saw?
Obliterate.
Obliterate was great,
dude.
They were fucking.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
were crazy.
That was one of the. I think that was the first band that we watched after we were finished and stuff. But yeah, that band, they're awesome. Like pretty much like straight deathcore, I would say, but with a little bit of like more of like a death metal kind of twist. Let's see who else. Falsifier.
They were good.
I had a few beers at the time when they were on. They were like main stage and stuff, and I was like stomping around and stuff, listening to them. It was awesome. Their whole set is just like, I don't know, if you want to fight, I guess it was awesome.
They were great.
Yeah. Who else? Assume Nothing. They were the first band that went up. I never.
Despite their technical difficulties, I heard everyone saying how good they were.
Yeah. I never. Well, because I caught them a couple of times. I think they played when Thy Art Is Murder were at Loft or it's hard to go up first
Mm-hmm.
at something like that.
Yeah, and all a 12-hour festival. Yeah, that's Not everybody's gonna be there. Now, one band that didn't have any fucking problems. Once again, second time we've seen them this year was the Convalescents.
Oh, dude.
They fucking killed that set. And that, as it turned out, was the last show of this giant tour they've been on. And I got lucky and got their last CD from the roof.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So,
Yeah.
but they fucking killed it.
Seeing the circle pit around the sound booth.
Oh yeah,
Right-
I forgot they did that.
Right after we moved,
Oh,
I was like,
that was
it's
sick.
like, hell yeah.
That was real sick. Yeah, they fucking killed it. And then who was the other band on the main stage towards the end that you liked a lot? What was there? Something Shore?
Oh, Lorna Shore.
Lorna Shore, yeah.
They were cool. I think it was the first time that a lot of people had seen them since the vocalist switch that happened.
Okay.
For me, I was like, because alright, so Signs of the Swarm was the band that their vocalist is from now,
Mm-hmm.
and they played last year on the main stage. We got to check them out and stuff, and it was before the bigger album came out. Their more recent one, I think Senseless Order was out, which is their first one, and it was sick. I think they were one of the heavier bands that was on it last year. So I saw them, and then as compared to Lorna Shore, I think I'm more interested. I'm not devaluing it at all, because I mean it was sick to see, and I think they put on a really awesome show. But I feel like I kind of want to hear that band with newer material that has CJ on it, who's a new vocalist.
Okay.
Because they have such a different style, like vocal style, in comparison. So it's kind of hard to, I don't know.
Down.
Yeah. Like they're not, CJ does way more like guttural stuff and like, different things. And Tom, who's now with Chelsea Grin, I think fits a little bit better with Chelsea Grin than, well, I don't know, because I've seen, no, because I don't know. I guess I just preferred like Tom era Lorna Shore, because that was kind of what, because I'd seen him. I saw him at like this really small venue in Kalamazoo once, and I don't know, it was awesome. I just think that to a point, like I think the switch happened for the better, because you can definitely see that both vocalists are way more comfortable with with who they're with now. It seems like.
Okay.
So I don't know. I guess my personal, I just want to hear newer stuff from both bands, really, but more so from Lorna Shore, just because I think that when that happens, that's going to be just sick,
Hell yeah.
gnarly. So.
And then of course,
Whitechapel.
moving on to the final act of the night, fucking Whitechapel, and this was the first time I ever got to see them headline, and that was one of the best sets I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
They absolutely fucking killed it. They were intense as shit. The pit was huge. Fucking, they played This Is Exile, talked about it. Now, this is the second time you've seen this show this summer. First time was at the St. Andrews Hall inside in Detroit. How do they compare?
This time was way better.
Really?
Second time was way better.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know if it, because they didn't headline the tour that I saw them on. It was with
true.
Black Dahlia Murder.
Yep.
So I feel like people were more I don't know if it was like excited, but they were more into seeing them than they were Whitechapel at the time. And not to say that I didn't like it the first time or whatever, but I felt like, man, outside after waiting. I mean, because first I don't know, Exile has it holds a special place to me, because when I was like just getting into the whole deathcore thing, and that was one of the first albums that grabbed my attention, and just hearing that twice in a year,
that's
insane. Just it was awesome. I don't know. I know that they're doing a third leg of it, and I remember saying, like, if they were coming to Michigan again, I'd probably go because I could hear that album, that set all day long. Like
it was so fucking crazy good, and it sounded on point. Like the stage show was phenomenal. They were into it. They didn't do a Wall of Death. That kind of disappointed me a little bit because that's like one of the reasons why I love Whitechapel so much is because there's that video from a Mayhem Festival on YouTube of them doing the second song. What's it called?
Possession.
Possession.
Yeah, and there was a Wall of Death, and just some random person's taking the video, but you can see me and Preston the entire fucking video in front of them and go straight into the Wall of Death and like fall out and shit. It's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I've always loved Whitechapel, especially for that, like because of that video and stuff, which is just a random thing, but still. But yeah, they absolutely killed it. And the next time they come here and headline, I'm definitely going to see that again because that was phenomenal.
Yeah, I do.
Phenomenal shit.
I was kind of hoping because they didn't. I don't think that they announced that they were doing the full album until like a day before.
Yeah,
so I was kind of
unsure.
Yeah, and not to say that I'd rather see other songs by them, like live and stuff, at all. I would just, I was kind of, well, I don't know. I feel like if Main Stage hadn't gone over and the show didn't get out at like, I don't know, 1:45 in the morning, I feel like they might have done, a couple more songs.
Yeah, maybe like an encore or something. Yeah.
But, it was sick.
Yeah, it was fucking.
I also kind of, I was surprised when with Lorna Shore.
All right.
As far as like the crowd happenings,
yeah,
and like just the response to it, because there was almost nothing happening the whole time, and I don't know if that was in anticipation for Whitechapel.
Might have been.
Probably was.
There was a lot going on for Convalescence.
Yeah.
So.
I sort of felt like it was either that or people were just tired, like, but it was a long day and stuff, and seeing all these bands or whatever. But it was cool to watch, and it was, I don't know, I wasn't super, 100% that I was gonna want to stay. Like, I remember we were kind of going back and forth and stuff, and I'm glad that we did.
Me too.
The whole time, because that was just such a sick way to close out the day and everything, and so yeah.
They were so fucking good. So good. Yeah, all right, so that, I guess, pretty much wraps up everything we got for Michigan Metal Fest. Well, obviously, we talk about it more in the future on other podcast episodes and stuff, but that's about it for now. We're gonna go do something. So, we'll be back, actually, in a few minutes. Talk to you soon.